Today, we're gonna be talking about the 5 things that you have to have if you're gonna be getting a new website for your contracting company. Now, we came up with these 5 things right here by doing 2 things. One, we watched like between 4,000 and 5,000 different potential customers go through our clients' websites, and we took note of what they looked for and what they stopped on, the things that really drove them from a potential customer over to an actual lead. And 2, we compared that with all of the big time website marketing gurus and their best practices to really shape the most effective way to build a website. So stick around. We're gonna walk you through each one of these 5 steps, tell you why we include it and how you can too. Hey, I'm Logan Shinholster with Full Sail Marketing, and we are going to be talking about these 5 steps, which if you look at them right now, the first one is going to be a way to kind of build your brand, and the other 4 are going to be all about gaining trust with potential customers of yours. Now, Full Sail Marketing, we are a digital marketing company dedicated to contractors and construction companies only. So everything that we deal with lead generation, building brands, things like that, just for the construction industry, okay? Now, to jump into this, the very first thing that when we talk to a lot of clients, when we are about to go through a website redesign, one of the things we always get asked will be, what services should I specialize in? Or how should I approach this stuff? And in all reality, this is up to you to decide. So when you come to us or a website company, let's say you're a home remodeler, you should really come up with the services that actually, 1, make you money, and 2, you enjoy doing. A lot of people, what they want to do is they want to go for a home run every time, where they say, oh, well, I want, if I'm a remodeler / home builder, I want them to come in every time and only do big time projects. But in reality, what a lot of customers and potential customers want is they want the lower hanging fruit, like the more basic, let's say just like kitchen remodel. So instead of going for a $500,000 project, sometimes you can start off by doing their kitchen in this home, and then in 5-10 years when they're ready to build a new home, now they'll call you back up, okay? So with this, you need to determine what services you are gonna provide, okay? Your marketing company can't really do that for you. This is up to you to go through your numbers, figure out what services make the most amount of sense. You can't list 30 services on your website because that's too much. There's way too much going on. You need to pick maximum 6 categories to talk about, okay? So determine your services based off the numbers and what people are actually asking for when they first call you up. Now, the next 4 parts of this are going to be all about building trust. Think about it. In every business, if the money is right and the customer can afford it, they now have to trust you. And this is especially true for construction and contractors because it's such an intimate experience. They're not going online and buying a product, which just ships right to them. They're inviting you into their home. All right, so the trust needs to be there. So all 4 of these are gonna build that trust, and we'll walk you through why each one of them matters, okay? First off, taking professional photos. There are 2 big things that you have to have if you're going through a new website. 1 is going to be photos, and 2 is going to be testimonials. We're starting off with the photos, and the reason that we ask for professional is because, yes, the iPhone is great. However, a professional photographer is going to stage what you do much better, okay? So for example, if you do, let's say, hardscapes and you do patios, what most contractors are going to do is they're going to have a patio that they built, take a picture of it, and they're done. And what that does is that looks like a great patio, and that's about it. If you have a professional photographer come in, what they'll most likely do, and this is kind of what real estate agents do, is they'll put furniture on there and a fire pit and maybe a couple glasses of like wine glasses. And now what they've done is they've taken this patio and turned it into a place for the family or for a couple to hang out. So it goes from a bunch of stone to now it's an escape, or it's an excuse for a couple to come together. All right, so there's emotion in that. So when it comes to photos, you just built, let's say, a new kitchen for $60,000, spend $1,000 on a professional photographer, because those photos might in turn generate 5 or 10 more jobs because of how well they're done and the emotion that they can actually evoke, okay? Plus, they're great for websites, all right? People on websites, that's what they do. They scroll past the words, they look at the picture, scroll a little bit, look at another picture. People are visual, so they need to see visual things, and that's where the photos come in. Moving down, testimonials. Testimonials are great for 2 reasons. One, everybody loves them. It builds the trust on Google, okay? Google wants to trust you, but you gotta show them that you can be trusted first, and the easiest way to do this is to get reviews. All right, so you need to get reviews in any way, but number 2, to use them on your website, it helps validate the purchase. So if somebody is on your kitchen remodel page, all right, and they've seen the pictures and they like the pictures, but then you have a bunch of testimonials under it of people saying, I hired Logan's remodeling company to remodel my kitchen and it looks great. That's validation. That's what they want. They want to come on your website and they want to find reasons to hire you, okay? So these testimonials are going to do that. So by asking for your testimonials and having them, you can pretty much show them that you can do the job that they want, and then back it up by saying, we've already done this for 50, 60 other clients. Here's what they said about us, and that's just gonna reaffirm that they're making a good choice by getting a bid from you. The next thing is gonna be awards and certifications. This is a great way to help your company stand out. I wouldn't necessarily rely on this, because at the end of the day, you have to be able to actually help the potential customer. A lot of people like to lead with, we're certified in this, or we won this award, but they forget that the customer comes first. You have to help show that you can solve the customer's problem instead of just leading off with, I'm the best kitchen remodeler in the area, even though maybe they want something specific and you haven't even talked to them about it. So make sure you talk to them and go through that first. So don't lead with this, but awards and certifications are another great way to build that trust, to show you're top in your industry, or you've gone through the proper vetting process to become certified enough that you can now go out and do that project. So awards and certifications are another great way to do that. And finally, recognizable clients. This can be done, and maybe you see this on companies' websites where they'll show logos of partners they worked with or clients or things like that. And it's the same idea of why, like a company will go out and hire a professional athlete as their spokesperson. Because people want to see, if Shaquille O'Neal is driving this car, it doesn't really always have to make sense why an athlete is the spokesperson for a car or a watch or shoes or something like that, because it's not necessarily related to their sport, but people just want to be like Shaq, be like them. That's the same with these recognizable clients and these big time commercial companies. So if you have a client that everybody knows in the area, maybe you did work at for a school system or a certain charity or a big hospital or something like that, then that's a brand that they trust. They trust that hospital, they trust that school, and because you did work for them, if A equals B and B equals C, if that hospital trusted you and they trust the hospital, it's gonna work down to they trust you now, okay? So that's where this recognizable clients comes in. All right, so you need to make sure that you have some of those if you have them. All you gotta do is go to the company, and when you're done doing it, just ask them, hey, would you mind if I use your logo on our website? And you're pretty much good to go. So those are the 5 things that you really need if you're about to go through get a new website or go through a redesign. Determine your services, figure out the numbers, all right? If you don't know what services you should provide, you got other issues, all right? Sit down, figure that stuff out, and lead with what people are searching for and what they want. Don't always go for the home run. Professional photos, it's gonna help evoke the emotion, all right? As a contractor, a lot of times it's very hard to look at a wall that you just painted and think, oh wow, this is emotional, but you gotta think they hired you for a reason. All right, the emotion could be that it's Thanksgiving coming up, and they don't want their walls to look ugly and be embarrassed. So there's emotion in that. Professional photographers can help bring that out. As for the testimonials, it's great for Google and trust. Also great to reaffirm that the client, the potential customer, is making the right decision by requesting a bid from you. Awards and certifications help set you apart. And finally, recognizable clients. A equals B, B equals C. If they trust someone you've done work for, and that person trusts you, they're gonna in turn trust you right off the bat. So I hope that helps. Do me a favor, drop in the comment one of the best ways that you like to establish trust if it's different than one of these four. If not, you don't have anything else, tell me how, which one of these fours makes the most sense to you. Thanks.